Well, Danny, thanks ever so much for joining us in this very, very busy time. We appreciate your time. Can you describe to me, because Lee Dixon and myself commentated on the game at St Mary's against Manchester City, how sore were you when you got out of bed on Monday morning?
I was very sore. I won't lie to you. I was extremely sore. You know, it was the result of a huge victory for us. You know, it was massive. You know, we knew when we scored that goal that we made them angry now. You know, we're playing a world-class team here. They're going to come at us. So we knew that we had to give absolutely everything. And I felt that as a team, it was an incredible performance to hold on and to put our bodies on the line the way that we did. I think they had 26, 27 odd shots. And to keep the ball out of our net I thought was fantastic.
Even more impressive, Danny, because usually you would lean on the support of 30-odd thousand people that would get you through a situation like that. And the stadium was, bar 300 people and a few commentators, the stadium was empty. What was it like in the dressing room after that game? And just, you know, the immense amount of effort that had to go into holding on?
I think there was a lot of grit within that game. It was one of them, you score against a giant club like that and the players that they have, you know, they're only going to get angry and chase the game and, you know, and put their stamp on things. So I felt the way that we pressed them, the way that we were blocking shots, the way that in moments in the game we actually put our foot on the ball and actually made a few really, really smart passes to slow things down and calm it down, I thought was a very professional performance, and it just shows the amount of determination the lads do have to win. And it was great to also get a win at home. You know, we've not been at our best at home this season, and that's something that we're working on. So to beat a team like that at home was huge for us.
We're clearly buzzing as a result of it. Shay Adams, your strike partner, hasn't had the easiest first season at this level. I noticed you were one of the very first over to him to celebrate that goal. It was a magnificent finish. I mean, what was his reaction after the game to finally scoring?
I think, I'm speaking, as a striker here, and when you go to a new club, sometimes, to get that first goal, it can be difficult. But Shay works extremely hard every day in training. He does. You can see the amount of finishing ability he has is incredible. I don't think I've ever played with someone who hits the ball so hard and accurate. So you knew that the goals were going to come. And, it was just getting that first one. And, in the game before City, he went through one-on-one with the keeper and it just went wide. And if you saw the reaction from all of the players on the pitch and the subs and the staff, everybody was, on the edge of their seats. Oh, this is the moment. And for him to score against, a team like that, the way that he did, shows the ability that he has. And yeah, we're all over the moon for him.
Fantastic. Obviously, your journey has been the topic of conversation this year, and the form that you've hit has been absolutely fantastic. I remember the programme notes when Southampton visited Anfield earlier this season, and Jurgen Klopp said, and I quote, "His story this season brings joy to those of us lucky enough to know him." I'm sure you were made aware, if you didn't read them yourself, about those comments. What did that mean to you to hear that from arguably the top manager in world football at the moment?
Yeah, it was huge. My time with Liverpool was, it was very difficult, but I met some of the best people in football, and these people really helped me through, certain periods in that time. When I left the club, it was extremely difficult to do so because I made such good friends, and I learned a hell of a lot there as a player as well. So yeah, I mean, I absolutely, as a manager, I have full respect for him. He's what he's done with Liverpool is incredible, and for him to say stuff, words like that, it's just, yeah, it's great, and it can only give you confidence as a player.
What did you take away from your time, obviously injuries aside, but your time around him and around that football club that you're now adapting to your career down at Southampton?
Well, the way that they certainly play, I mean, off the ball, I really took the part of that game down with me to Southampton. I
saw that on Sunday.
I've always been a striker who loves to work hard for the team and to win as many balls back in the opposition half as I can. And that was something that Jurgen expects from his players up there. When they give the ball away, to counter press and get the ball back as quick as possible and retain possession. And it's very similar down here. So it definitely helps me playing in our manager's system here now, learning all of that with my time up there with Liverpool, and being able to implement that down here with Southampton has only done good things for my game here.
Yeah, there's kind of a continuity because obviously Ralph and Jurgen are good pals, aren't they? And they sort of share a philosophy. But it's been such a strange season for Southampton. And I want to take you back to October because, you won't want to speak about it in great detail, but a 9-0 home defeat. Horrible night, Friday night at St Mary's. And I think a lot of people thought, well, that's it. Southampton are gone. How do they come away from that? And I want to get into what happened next. But immediately after that match, what was it? Take us inside the dressing room. What was it like? What was the atmosphere like? Who was saying what?
To be honest, I think that myself and a lot of the lads were kind of shocked with what just happened. It was almost like, how did that happen? How did we perform like that? It's not acceptable of us. We've let the fans down. We've let the manager down. We've let everybody down, and most of all ourselves really. So yeah, I think. I don't want to say it was probably the best thing that could have happened to our season, but it was definitely enough to give us a kick to say, you know what, we need to be better. We need to improve as a team, and we need to strip back down to basics and get the fundamentals right. And that's what we did. We worked extremely hard, and we've all been determined to improve as players and to implement what the manager wants from us every day. And I think that's got us to where we are today. That's for sure.
And you won 6 of the next 9, didn't you? So the response, I guess it could have gone either way. So around the dressing room, around the training ground, was there an immediate reaction? Definitely,
yeah. I don't think any of us ever want to have that feeling again. And I think that was enough for us to expect more from ourselves. We had to go home that night and see our families and stuff like that. And it wasn't a nice feeling. And no player wants to go through that. But that's strongly behind us now. Strongly behind us. We're a team that are playing with confidence right now, and you can see as the season went on. Of course, we had dips here and there, but we progressed and got stronger and stronger. And even now, after the long break since the restart, I feel like we've been fantastic and hungry to win more than ever.
And I think your recovery from that situation to beating Man City is one of the great untold stories or unappreciated stories of the Premier League season so far. It's been remarkable. You yourself, you're firing in the goals in the form of your life. Has there been a moment this season where you felt, and I know as a professional footballer you've suffered that, the highs and a lot of lows in terms of the injuries and what have you, but has there been a moment when you thought, I am mentally and physically back to where I was and where I want to be?
I don't feel as if I'm back to where I was. I think that even, and I don't like talking about my injuries and stuff because that's well in the past now. I think that even out the other side of all of that, I still improved as a player just by watching, observing and learning things by watching other players. And I think that this season I'm playing some of the best football of my career. And I think that comes down to, enjoying myself. I'm absolutely loving it at the moment. You see me playing, in the games, even when I'm out of breath, where I've just done a 60-yard press to a goalkeeper, or I'm coming back, I'm smiling, and I'm just enjoying myself and really living in the here and now moment.
It definitely comes across, Danny. Is it an advantage to you or not that the European Championships have been delayed by a year?
I think all of that stuff is completely out of my hands. What's happened in the world right now is completely bigger than football and should always be respected more so than any sports. And for me, the fact that the tournament was in the summer, but nobody knew if I was going to be there or not. There was obviously stuff you see in the press, but all I could do is keep improving, and that's all I've ever been like. And if one day that hard work and determination gets me back into that setup, then fantastic. If it doesn't, that means I've not done enough. So, I've just got to keep pushing myself to give myself the best chance, and that's what I'll do.
Fantastic, Danny. Well, it's a joy to speak to you. It's been a pleasure to watch you this season banging in the goals. All the very best for the remainder of the season, and thanks for your time today.
Thank you for having me. Cheers. Take care.
You may have heard that Peacock, our new streaming service here at NBC Universal, is now offering the Premier League. And we're excited to say that on Wednesday, July the 15th, we'll celebrate Peacock's national launch day by presenting our entire Premier League coverage for free and with no commercial interruption. 6 hours of coverage starts at noon Eastern, and at 3:15 the champions Liverpool go to Arsenal. No Premier League on NBCSN that day. Instead, we'll have it all for you exclusively free and without commercials on Peacock. Just go to peacocktv.com to get the Premier League and much more.